Hey there, it's Ed again. I told you guys before they put me away for this 5-year stint. um, I got a lot to say to you. They put me away. I'm gonna have even more to say. So we'll see how this works out. But basically, I told you we're gonna come at you like this. I want to change your perspectives on some things. Today is more about disability and disabled people. Everybody's asking, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. Things like that. I'm a dad. I'm a community member. I'm a father who's been there. So I'm trying to give you my perspective on it because I go out and I help people with disabilities a lot. And I mean, I enjoy it so much. So I'm trying to, people ask, why you do it? Why you do it? Why you do what you do, Ed? Man, because it's such a blessing. They make me, so I'm going to give you a little bit of something about it. So we're going to start off with a little poem, I don't know, we're going to go to church for a few minutes, y'all. We're going to go to church for a few minutes, so, because, try to change your perspective on how we think about people with disability, so it kind of makes us all a little bit happier. Trust me, it's going to make you feel better, it's going to make people out there feel better, and everybody's going to win. So let me give you a little bit of something. I started with a little poem. It says, open my mind. I once lived in a small, small mind, seeing no further than the eyes of the blind, holding on to dreams created in a house of pain, dreams never given chance to see the light of day, wound up so tight in a world so right. If leaving the comfort of my own porch meant not allowing the world to enter, I wanted no part. This was my freedom, my joy, my sight. I'm going to say that again because I think I got it a little wrong. Wound up so tight in my world so right. If leaving the comfort of my own porch meant allowing the world to enter, I wanted no part. This was my freedom, my joy, my sight. I once lived in a small, small mind, seeing no further than the eyes of the blind. No one to enter, no one to fear, no one to give me shame. Those that opposed I turned away. Ignoring them enhanced my blame. Open to none, closed for one. Again, peacefully alone to share my world with the owner of my own home. I once lived in a small, small mind. Now, with eyes enlightened by time. My home is your home. Please come in, sit, and share. Generations of fears. Too many children's tears, now only blind to those left behind in their own small, small mind. Today I want to talk to you about a couple of things about disabilities. I'm going to put on this little tape in the background, because this is a friend of mine. This is a friend of mine that kind of came into my house and things like that. And, we're a little slow, a little disabled, things like that. But able to manage. Able to manage. This is her, enjoying, trying to get out and do things, whatever else. So this is one tape we have real quick. Unfortunately, I had to record her again last week. Her recording last week was more of not having prescribed medicines correctly, not being able to take her prescribed medicines correctly. Now, I tell all of you, everyone else, that we record individuals when they're going through that, things like that, so you can see, the doctors can see, things like that, what they're going through. Because she kind of walked up to me and wasn't really sure where she was doing, how she was doing it, things, and I could tell that she had issues. So I'm gonna tell you the one thing that helped her. I'll tell you a little thing. That's the secret. The one issue, because we all claim that this is an epidemic. We all claim that this is a drug epidemic, and everybody's trying to find issue or find solutions to this drug epidemic. I'm gonna give you one solution. First, we have to understand. In my opinion, I don't necessarily think it's a drug epidemic as much as it is as a community epidemic, a people epidemic, a love epidemic. I can't even say epidemic. I need to get my epidemic. But what I'm trying to say is, what happened in this situation, I noted that she had issues. I went to the doctor. The doctor changed up all her meds, emergency room doctor, whatever else. Went totally against her regular doctor. I don't know how all that stuff works. I ain't gonna get into that. I'm not an expert. But I went to the doctor with her, just as a concerned person. Got a little enough trust enough to actually be able to speak, because just being concerned. Found out that all crazy drugs, things like that she's been taking for a long, long time, she really didn't need. Bottom line is, she went home, went to get more regular meds, vitamins. They gave her all the same meds. Drugstore made a mistake, gave her all the same meds back. Boom, put her right back into the cycle. No, I was there. Boom, no, we're going to talk to the people. No, we can't do this. Let's get this straight. They sent nurse in. Nurse told me the same thing. This is an epidemic. This is crazy. Doctor said there's a huge gap, for people like this, whatever else. A huge, getting people help like this and things like that. It took me a little bit of time to get enough trust to be able to talk to people. Once I got enough trust, nurses came in, physical therapist came in. She had so many nurses that it made no sense. This was 2 weeks ago. Excuse me, I ain't gonna say good names. I hope, but she is ready to get out there and go back to work now. Volunteering work, things like that she was doing. And it really just took a person stepping in. We can't expect the doctors to do it. We can't expect the nurses to do it. The families got to do it. Communities used to got to do it. Back in the day, we had our pastors, our deacons, things like that used to help each other out. That's our issue, folks. We're getting into these cameras. Turn these cameras off and go out and know your neighbor. So you can see your neighbor if they're going through problems, things like that. This is our issue. So, you want to ask, how can we change? Even, how can we change in a little way? Just look the way you look at people with disabilities. I think the people with disabilities, for real, are some of the most pure, understanding, trust, they're some of the most, beautiful people there are. If you've ever gone to an event with people with disabilities, if you haven't, you don't know what you're missing, folks. Because these people see the world for what it is. They see nature, they see love, and it's pure. So really and truly, if we can sit there and talk about people that don't want to even be that way, but we're going to blame them anyway. All I'm asking is we stop judging and start understanding. If you don't have any disabilities, be happy it's not you. Appreciate what you have. Appreciate being you, and it's not you. You don't have to go through all the hard times and everything else they have to go through. So let's stop judging, stop blaming. People with disabilities are some of the most beautiful people there are. So if we can just kind of ease up on our perspective, even people with anger issues, things like that. People with devils and evils inside of them. Just understand sometimes. Keep them at a long, keep them at a long arm. Keep them sometimes, keep them at a long arm. Like OJ, keep them at a long arm. But, understand. Even if you can't help them, just understand. Most people don't do the things they do because they're right in their mind. Most people do the things they're right because of issues in their head. For whatever you don't know, stop judging and trying to figure it out. I'm not going to try to play the expert either. I'm glad I don't have to make that decision and be the judge. I don't want to spend my time judging people, folks. So I'm asking you that we all kind of just stop judging people. Look at people a little bit different. You see somebody acting out, whatever else, say, dang, I'm glad I'm not that person. I'm glad I don't have their sickness, their illness. I'm glad I don't have to steal from people to get my supply. I'm glad I'm strong enough to not have, be able to have to go out and do some of the things that I've seen mental and, people on, wow, folks. You got to be kidding me. It's not that hard. It's just really not that hard. Let's just start thinking about each other. Start putting out the message. Looking out for each other. Let's just put the message out there. We can all just do that as a community, nation, whatever. And you look, this is a trend anyway. It's coming. It's coming anyway, folks. Jump on, because that's where we're going to. We're starting to realize we got to be a family. We got to be a community. Love, commitment to each other. So jump on, because you're going to have to anyway. With love, Snagglepuss. Okay. All right. Take care, family.